Welcome to another Gearcaster review. Today we're having a look at the Tern Eclipse S11i folding bike. I was sent one to test out and I thought the perfect opportunity would be to take a ferry from Sausalito over to the city and back to Mill Valley. So the first part of the trip involved riding from our house in Mill Valley over to Sausalito, and luckily the way there is quite a bit downhill and flat, so it wasn't too much of a ride, but the bike did really well. And once we get to Sausalito, folding up the bike was a breeze. There's basically 4 main steps. So first you drop the seat post. That's what the bike's going to rest on. Then you can kind of snap in the pedals just so they're out of the way. And the main OCL joint, it kind of cuts the frame in half. And Tern's end-fold technology means the front wheel can turn 180 degrees, so you get this nice small package. And then the last step is dropping the handlebars down, and you're basically ready to go in those quick 4 steps. Once I get better, I can do it faster. And it's much easier to bring the bike on the ferry than it would to have a full bike. And the nice thing is you can see all these bikes stacked up over here, and they're all kind of smushed together. And the guy manning the ferry is like, hey, you got a folding bike, go on in and sit down. So while everybody else has got their bikes kind of stacked on top of each other, you can just hang out and have your bike right next to you for the rest of the ride, which is pretty cool. Then on the other side, it's basically doing the opposite. So you first put up the handlebars and lock those into place, and then you unfold the main frame, and then you lock the OCL joint into place, and that's not going to come undone ever. It's pretty strong. I found it easy to drop the kickstand. It's much easier to put the pedals back into place, just snap those back in, and then lastly raise the seat post. And you might want to mark the seat post so you know what the height is that you normally want it at, and you're basically ready to go. Probably my absolute favorite part of the day was riding through the city on the Tern bike. It's got a good, nice bike size to it, but it's small enough and the handlebars are nice and stiff that you can easily kind of zip in and out of cars. And it's nice to kind of maneuver around stuff, and then you can get going pretty fast as well too. There's a dynamo hub in this, so Biologic's dynamo hub, so you can charge your phone. So if you want to be using your phone to map where you're going, or if you just want to charge it on your way to work or something, you can charge it through the dynamo hub. There's also integrated bike lights, so the dynamo hub can be used to charge those. So if you're going to be riding home at night or something, you can make sure those are all charged up. There's 24-inch tires on this, and they're puncture resistant, so you've almost got full-size tires on this bike. It's definitely a lot more than you would on a normal folding bike. I got a lot of comments on how nice the bike looked. It looked like a real bike, and it was just a great, beautiful design, and a lot of people were really grooving on the folding bike. The big thing for me was whether or not the Shimano 11-speed drivetrain would make it up our hill. We've got a pretty big and steep hill. It goes for a long time back up to our house, and it actually did. I was on the lowest setting, but it made it back. There are a couple of details which are pretty cool on this bike. First is the Ergon BioCork grips are super comfortable. And the Biologic Free Drive, it covers up the chain to keep the dirt and grease off your clothes, which is key if you're going to use this for commuting. One thing I didn't like is there's 2 strong magnets that hold the 2 back wheels together when it's folded. And these tend to come apart. They don't really stick. So when you're wheeling the bike, it kind of falls apart a lot. Plus, you can't wheel the bike forward because the pedals will move and it pushes the 2 wheels apart as well too. So that's my only nitpick on the bike. So if you do a lot of bike commuting through the city and you take a lot of public transport with your bike, or even if you have a small apartment and you want to be able to fold up your bike when you get back home to take up less space, check out Tern bikes. You basically get a full bike performance in a smaller package, and it comes in many different styles.